Auto parts and fiber are the areas represented in this week's aggressive growth stock picks. Interesting combination. We'll find out more from Brian Bolan, our aggressive growth stock strategist. Let's tackle the auto parts first with Methode Electronics, right?
Right, Methode Electronics. What they make is that center console piece in a lot of cars today. Ford is one of their big customers. So when we're talking about that center console piece, I'm talking about like the touch screen, the technology end of that, not just where the fan is and turn a button and get some noise out of a radio.
Yeah.
The cars have advanced a lot over the last few years, so you're seeing that. I think if you look at the Tesla model, there's talk that Methode does the Tesla display panel there, which is a gigantic 17-inch screen. They're not going to say if it's them or the Tesla isn't going to say who their suppliers are. Confidentiality agreements there. So, but it's rumored that they are the ones. But it's obviously a growth market. You're going to want to have that touch screen in there that allows for adaptability for the car, whether you're going to add in Pandora or Spotify for your music, Google Maps possibly for location, maybe even your Garmin or something like that. So there's going to be more things going on in that world, and I think the company is positioned quite well for growth there. Just recently beat earnings. I think it's a great opportunity, even with the big run-up in the stock over the last several months.
I actually just print off a map of where I'm going on my computer printer at home, and I just tape it to the dashboard.
You just tape it right up there?
It makes me feel like...
That's old school, but it's still good,
Hey, makes me feel like I have my own personal GPS. And then there is fiber, and not the kind that you put in your diet either.
Right, but it's the kind that's going to make things go fast.
Can?
If we can keep the analogy.
It can. Ciena.
Ciena Corp, right. And they just reported earnings the other day, and they beat quite nicely. And I think the stock was up 11 or 12, maybe even 13%. I guess it was like 12% it came back towards the end of the day. But the big idea here is that there's a big backlog. One of the things that I really like to see in a growth company, and this is still a nice small cap here at $2 billion, is a company that has growing revenues and expects to continue to have growing revenues. So guidance kept on moving up, and when they tell us that they've got the biggest backlog that they've ever had, we can expect that, and backlog is just orders that are coming in that they haven't even begun yet, but they know that are going to be paying down the road.
Supply demand.
Right, exactly. It's that book-to-bill that semiconductor companies are well known for. This is the same type of thing. So when you see that you're going to have that big, big backlog, and you know that orders are coming in strong, you know that revenue is just going to continue to move higher. With that, you saw great margins for the company in this most recent quarter. But because of all the new projects coming on, margins are going to be challenged a little bit in the next quarter. But over time, you're still going to see that great revenue growth. So even if you have that great revenue growth and margins get crimped just a little bit in the near term, over the longer term, they're going to keep on moving higher. So that's why I really like this stock.
You follow technology. You say fiber is hot right now. As evidenced in this particular company.
Right.
Why hotter now than normal?
Right. Fiber's been around for a very long time. It's just now catching on because of the idea of growing the bandwidth. We started up with dial-up phones, and your modem baud was 28.8, then 46 or 72 or whatever it became. Suddenly it became DSL. And then DSL has kind of gone by the wayside, and now everyone's really, cable for their high-speed internet access. Now they're trying to increase the speed of cable, but they're, running into issues there. And where the next growth of the broadband access is for the internet is going to come through fiber. And I think that's just kind of starting. We've had companies like Corning and Ciena and a bunch of others that laid the groundwork for this several years ago, but the adoption rate just didn't take off. Now it's starting to reach in there because you're seeing that real demand for video online, where I want to stream, whether it's the sports telecast, whether it's the movie, whether you're watching your Netflix constantly, people getting away from cable, that sort of thing. So as you now see the adoption of those, high demand for bandwidth, the fiber is right there to pick it up, and these are the companies that are going to, profit from that.
In addition to the map taped to my dashboard, I'm still on dial-up too.
You're still?
Yeah, I'm skeptical about this whole trend and whether it's going to stick around.
You're not sure if that internet's going to stick or not. It could be, it could not.
Antenna TV is not a thing of the past either in my house. Do you own either of these two?
Yes, and I do. I own MEI, and I own a radio too, if you can believe that.
Transistor, yep,
Right.
right. Emergency use only.
Right.
Stick around on Zacks.com if you're there watching this video. If you're not, get on over there because there are more stock picks and stock picking strategies for your review, and they change often, so check back often. With Brian, I'm Terry Ruffalo.